In this video, I'm going to show you what short-term memory loss really is, what causes it, and how you can start preventing it right now. Many people think forgetfulness is just a normal part of getting older. But what if I told you that memory loss, dementia, or even Alzheimer's disease might not be inevitable? There are powerful ways to protect and even restore your brain's natural sharpness. So stay with me until the end, because by the time you finish this video, you'll understand how your memory works, why it sometimes fails, and what you can do to bring it back, almost like when you were in your 20s. And if you're serious about improving your memory, I'll leave a special video in the description and in the first pinned comment showing how to recover your memory completely with a simple 7-second ritual you can do at home. Short-term memory loss affects millions of people around the world, from teenagers overwhelmed by brain fog to older adults facing early signs of dementia or Alzheimer's disease. It's the kind of memory that helps you remember where you left your keys, what you just read in an email, or the name of someone you met minutes ago. When short-term memory starts to fade, everyday life becomes frustrating. You may forget why you entered a room or what you were about to say. These small lapses can feel harmless at first, but for many, they become the first signs of something deeper, like early onset dementia, vascular dementia, or even frontotemporal dementia. Studies from the Alzheimer's Association show that short-term memory problems are among the earliest signs of cognitive decline. The good news is that in most cases, they are preventable and even reversible when you understand their root causes. That's what this video is all about, giving you the clarity to act before memory loss becomes permanent. Let's begin by understanding what short-term memory really is. Imagine your brain as a busy office. Short-term memory is like the desk where all new information lands before it's filed away. If that desk becomes cluttered, or if your brain's filing system slows down, details start to slip through the cracks. This can be caused by lack of sleep, chronic stress, poor nutrition, or simply not giving your brain enough time to rest and recharge. One of the biggest hidden enemies of your memory is brain fog, a fuzzy, cloudy feeling that makes it hard to focus or think clearly. Brain fog isn't an official medical condition, but it's a symptom that your brain isn't working efficiently. It can be triggered by mental fatigue, lack of oxygen, hormonal changes, or even inflammation. When you wake up tired, struggle to concentrate, and feel like your thoughts are wrapped in cotton, that's brain fog. If you've experienced that, you're not alone. And as we'll see later, brain fog can be the very first stage leading to short-term memory loss if not addressed. Researchers have found strong connections between sleep deprivation and brain fog symptoms. When you don't get enough deep sleep, your brain fails to clear out toxic proteins like beta amyloid, the same protein associated with Alzheimer's dementia. Over time, this buildup can cause inflammation and interfere with the communication between neurons, the tiny messengers that allow your brain to store and retrieve memories. That's why people who constantly sleep less than 6 hours a night often report foggy mind symptoms, slower thinking, and short memory lapses during the day. Now let's talk about one of the most underestimated causes of short-term memory loss: stress. Chronic stress releases high levels of cortisol, a hormone that damages the hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory and learning. You might have noticed that when you're anxious, you forget things more easily or struggle to recall names and appointments. It's not your imagination. Your brain literally shifts its focus from remembering to survival mode. The good news is that once cortisol levels drop, the brain begins to heal and memory function can improve again. And here's something most people don't realize. Nutrition plays a massive role in both brain fog and memory loss diseases. Diets high in refined carbohydrates and sugars lead to inflammation and insulin resistance in the brain, a condition some researchers now call type 3 diabetes. This metabolic imbalance starves your brain of the energy it needs to store short-term memories. On the other hand, diets rich in omega-3 fats, leafy greens, and antioxidants can strengthen your neurons and protect you from dementia and Alzheimer's disease. So, what's the takeaway so far? Short-term memory loss isn't just about aging. It's a warning sign that your brain is overwhelmed by stress, toxins, poor sleep, or lack of proper nutrition. The key to reversing it starts with understanding these triggers and taking small steps each day to reduce them. Later in this video, I'll show you how simple daily habits can rebuild your memory from the inside out. And don't forget, I'll leave that special video below showing the 7-second ritual you can do at home to restore the sharpness of your memory like when you were 20. Before we move to the next part, ask yourself this: how many times in the last week have you walked into a room and forgotten why? Or struggled to recall something you just read? These are not random mistakes. They are your brain's way of asking for help. But the beautiful truth is that your brain is incredibly resilient. It can heal. It can grow new connections. It can remember again. Short-term memory loss doesn't just happen overnight. It builds up silently over time, like dust gathering on a bookshelf you stop noticing. The mind becomes slower, details blur, and confusion takes over moments that once felt effortless. Many people assume it's just normal aging, but the truth is far more empowering. Your brain is alive, adaptable, and capable of rebuilding itself through neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity means that your brain can form new neural pathways even later in life. That's why people who make small, consistent changes, like improving sleep, nutrition, and stress control, often see remarkable improvements in memory, focus, and mental clarity within weeks. Let's explore the deeper causes of short-term memory loss, starting with one that's surprisingly common: poor sleep quality. Sleep is not just rest, it's the brain's maintenance system. During deep sleep, your brain performs what researchers call glymphatic drainage, a cleansing process that removes toxins like beta amyloid and tau proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease and other types of dementia, such as Lewy body dementia and vascular dementia. When you skip sleep or experience insomnia, this process fails, leading to the brain fog lack of sleep many people complain about. Over time, this buildup of waste disrupts neurotransmitter communication, leading to memory lapses and even early signs of dementia. So, what can you do about it? Start by setting a consistent bedtime, avoiding screens 1 hour before sleep, and reducing caffeine after 2 p.m. You can also create a simple pre-sleep ritual: a warm shower, light stretching, or 5 minutes of deep breathing. These small actions tell your brain it's time to switch off and repair. Another powerful factor behind memory loss and brain fog is nutritional deficiency. Your brain runs on glucose and oxygen, but it also depends on vitamins like B12, omega-3 fatty acids, and magnesium. When these are low, neurons can't communicate efficiently. Think of it like static in a radio signal. You might hear fragments, but the message is lost. This is why people with low B12 levels often experience short-term memory loss, confusion, or what's sometimes called mental fog. Adding foods rich in these nutrients like salmon, avocado, eggs, nuts, and leafy greens can make a visible difference in just a few weeks. Some studies have even shown that regular intake of omega-3s can slow the progression of Alzheimer's dementia and improve focus in people experiencing brain fog from lack of sleep or chronic stress. Now let's look at another overlooked cause: chronic stress and emotional overload. When your brain is constantly flooded with stress hormones, it begins to prioritize survival over memory formation. That's why you might forget small details during stressful periods. Your mind is busy handling emotional chaos instead of processing new information. Over time, this can cause structural damage to the hippocampus, which is one of the first regions affected in Alzheimer's disease and frontotemporal dementia. The solution lies in daily stress detox. A simple breathing exercise, a short walk, or journaling, your thoughts can calm the nervous system. Meditation, even for 5 minutes a day, lowers cortisol and improves oxygen flow to the brain. If you've ever experienced brain fog after a long, stressful week, you know how powerful just a few minutes of silence can be. Let's move to another subtle but crucial factor: sedentary lifestyle. Movement isn't only for your body, it's for your brain. Physical exercise increases blood flow to the hippocampus, enhancing memory and focus. Studies have shown that people who walk at least 30 minutes a day reduce their risk of Alzheimer's disease by up to 40%. Exercise also releases endorphins and brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a molecule that acts like fertilizer for your neurons, helping them grow stronger and form new connections. So, if you want to clear brain fog instantly, move. Go outside, stretch, dance, or simply take a walk around your house. Each step sends oxygen to your brain and helps push away the mental fatigue that causes short-term memory lapses. And this brings us to a fascinating question. Why do some people seem to stay mentally sharp well into their 80s, while others begin losing memory in their 50s? The difference often lies in one thing: mental engagement. The brain is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens. Reading, learning new skills, playing instruments, solving puzzles, or even speaking a new language activates multiple brain regions and keeps neural pathways alive. People who stay mentally active have significantly lower rates of dementia, and Alzheimer's disease treatment outcomes tend to be better when combined with cognitive stimulation. Now, let's connect this to something you can do today. Start by challenging your memory intentionally. Try remembering grocery lists without writing them down, recalling what you had for breakfast 3 days ago, or taking a new route on your walk. These small challenges create new neural pathways that strengthen your short-term memory. And remember, I'll leave that video below about a 7-second ritual you can do at home to restore your memory and clear away brain fog naturally. It's a simple daily action that many people report helps them feel mentally sharp again, almost like regaining the clarity they had decades ago. But there's one more piece to this puzzle that we can't ignore: inflammation. Chronic inflammation in the brain, sometimes caused by processed foods, sugar, or toxins, can trigger oxidative stress and neuron damage. Scientists have found that inflammation plays a central role in Alzheimer's, dementia, and other memory loss diseases. Reducing inflammatory foods like refined sugar, seed oils, and ultra-processed snacks can drastically improve focus and reduce foggy head symptoms. As you can see, short-term memory loss is not just a random occurrence. It's the result of a combination of lifestyle, emotional, and environmental factors that affect the way your brain stores and retrieves information. And the most empowering part is you can reverse it. Your brain is not broken. It's asking for nourishment, rest, and balance. If this video is helping you understand more about how your mind works, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps more people discover these life-changing insights. And let me know in the comments if you've ever experienced brain fog or moments of forgetfulness. One of the most overlooked truths about short-term memory loss is that it rarely comes from a single cause. It's the slow accumulation of habits, small choices, and stress that silently reshape the brain over years. But what's truly inspiring is that just as the brain can decline, it can also recover. Neurogenesis, the creation of new brain cells, was once thought to stop after childhood. But we now know that adults can continue to grow new neurons throughout life, especially in the hippocampus, the region most affected by dementia, Alzheimer's disease, and memory loss disorders. To activate this process, you must create the right environment for your brain to heal. Let's talk about how. First, oxygen and blood flow. Your brain uses about 20% of the oxygen your body consumes. When circulation is poor, neurons starve. This can happen from a sedentary lifestyle, smoking, or even dehydration. Imagine your brain as a city. When traffic slows, communication between neighborhoods breaks down. That's what happens when your brain doesn't get enough blood flow. Signals become delayed, memories fade, and foggy mind symptoms take over. Simple fix: hydrate and move. Even gentle movement like yoga, walking, or deep breathing can increase oxygen levels in the brain. People who practice deep breathing for just 10 minutes a day often notice less brain fog and sharper recall. Think of it as oxygen therapy for your memory. Next, let's talk about toxic overload. Every day, we are exposed to pesticides, pollution, heavy metals, and even synthetic chemicals from personal care products. These toxins can accumulate in the brain and interfere with neurotransmitters. Many researchers now link this to brain fog, fatigue, and early cognitive decline. A study published by the Alzheimer's Association found that long-term exposure to air pollution significantly increases the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease treatment complexity. To help your brain detoxify naturally, eat cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and kale, which activate the liver's detox enzymes. Drink plenty of water and include foods like garlic and turmeric to reduce inflammation. This isn't just about diet, it's about giving your brain the environment it needs to thrive again. Now let's move to hormonal balance, another powerful but underestimated factor, especially for women entering menopause or men over 40. Changes in hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone can directly affect brain chemistry. Low hormone levels can lead to fuzzy brain symptoms, poor concentration, and emotional instability. These are often misinterpreted as early signs of dementia, but sometimes they are simply the body's way of signaling an imbalance. Sleep, stress management, and proper nutrition are your first line of defense here. They help regulate hormones naturally, and for some, supplements like vitamin D, zinc, and adaptogenic herbs such as ashwagandha can bring additional support, though always consult your doctor before taking new supplements. Let's talk about another major cause of short-term memory loss: chronic inflammation in the gut. The gut and the brain are deeply connected through the vagus nerve, a communication highway that sends signals in both directions. When your gut microbiome is imbalanced, harmful bacteria release toxins that travel to the brain, creating inflammation and mental fog. Scientists now refer to this as the gut-brain axis, and it's one of the most exciting discoveries in neuroscience. To heal this connection, focus on gut-friendly foods, fermented vegetables, kefir, yogurt, and fiber-rich fruits. Reducing sugar, alcohol, and processed foods can make a dramatic difference in just a few weeks. Many people report that when their digestion improves, their focus and memory come back too. Another key to protecting your brain is mental calmness. Anxiety, overthinking, and information overload make it harder for short-term memory to transfer into long-term storage. If your mind feels constantly full, jumping from one thought to another, it's not a lack of memory, it's lack of mental space. Practices like meditation, mindfulness, or even journaling for 5 minutes a day can quiet the mental noise. A simple trick: before bed, write down the top 3 things that are worrying you. Then write one thing you're grateful for. This small act tells your subconscious that you're in control. You'll sleep better, your mind will rest, and your short-term memory will have the peace it needs to store new information effectively. And speaking of restoring peace and clarity, if you truly want to regain the mental sharpness you had when you were 20, there's a simple ritual you can do at home that takes just 7 seconds. I'll leave a video below in the description and the first pinned comment explaining exactly how it works. Many people report it helps them remember names, dates, and details with surprising clarity again. Let's talk about social connection, because memory doesn't only live inside the brain, it lives in relationships. Isolation and loneliness accelerate cognitive decline faster than almost any other factor. Social interaction, laughter, and shared experiences stimulate the release of dopamine and serotonin, which improve focus and recall. Studies show that people who maintain active friendships and community ties have lower risks of Alzheimer's disease and other types of dementia, including vascular and frontotemporal dementia. Even simple conversations, talking about your day, calling a friend, or sharing a story, reactivate neural pathways and keep your brain young. When you stop engaging socially, your brain slowly forgets how to process complex emotions and memories. So connecting with others is not just emotionally healing, it's biological memory training. To summarize this section, your brain thrives when it has oxygen, nutrients, calmness, and connection. It struggles when it's overwhelmed by toxins, stress, or isolation. By addressing these root causes, poor sleep, inflammation, lack of movement, and emotional overload, you give your brain the chance to reset. You may not notice the change overnight, but within days or weeks, you'll begin to think faster, remember more, and feel mentally lighter. It's like cleaning a foggy window and seeing the world clearly again. And remember, For those who want a deeper transformation, I'll leave that video below about the 7-second ritual to recover your memory completely. It's one of the most fascinating discoveries I've come across in years of studying memory and brain health. As we've explored throughout this video, short-term memory loss isn't just a sign of getting older. It's your brain's way of asking for help. It's a signal that something in your daily routine, your diet, your sleep, or your stress levels needs attention. But the hopeful truth is this: your brain can heal. It can rebuild connections, strengthen pathways, and restore clarity faster than you think, if you give it the right care. Let's recap what we've covered today. You've learned that short-term memory loss often starts with small, simple triggers: lack of sleep, chronic stress, poor nutrition, and inflammation. You've seen how brain fog symptoms like confusion, fuzzy thinking, and forgetfulness are often early warning signs of something deeper like early onset dementia, amnesia, or even Alzheimer's disease. But you've also discovered that these symptoms can be reversed by making small, consistent changes in how you live, eat, and rest. We talked about the power of deep sleep, the importance of clean nutrition, and the role of daily movement in improving blood flow and oxygen to the brain. You now know how meditation and mental calmness can quiet the noise that blocks your memory. You've learned that your gut health and hormonal balance are just as important as your mental state. And maybe most importantly, you've seen how love, laughter, and social connection can literally rewire your brain and protect it from decline. If you apply these lessons, something amazing begins to happen. You'll start noticing small victories, remembering details, names, and faces more easily. You'll feel your thoughts becoming clearer, your energy stronger, your focus sharper. That's not magic. It's your brain coming back to life. You're giving it the fuel, oxygen, and peace it's been craving for years. Now take a moment and imagine your life 6 months from now if you start today. Imagine waking up refreshed, your mind crystal clear, no more foggy mornings or mental fatigue. You walk into a room and instantly remember what you were going to do. You read, learn, and recall new things effortlessly. You feel confident again, trusting your mind instead of doubting it. You reconnect with the parts of yourself you thought were lost forever. Picture yourself sitting with family, telling stories, laughing, remembering details from years ago that surprise even you. That feeling of losing memory becomes something of the past. You no longer fear dementia, Alzheimer's disease, or the slow fading of your thoughts because you've taken control. You've learned how to protect and rebuild the most powerful part of who you are, your mind. The steps are simple, but they require consistency. Sleep deeply, move daily, eat real food, reduce stress, stay connected, challenge your mind with new experiences, and remember, never ignore the signs your brain gives you. Those moments of brain fog or forgetfulness are not random. They're opportunities to act before it's too late. And if you want to take your recovery to the next level, to truly bring back the memory, energy, and clarity you had in your 20s, I'll leave a video below in the description and in the first comment showing you a powerful 7-second ritual that can help you restore your memory naturally from home. Thousands of people are already using it to regain their mental sharpness and focus. I recommend you watch it right after this video ends. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Here we talk every week about how to prevent dementia, reverse brain fog, and rebuild your memory step by step. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. It might be the one that changes everything for you. And if you found this helpful, please leave a comment below telling me what part of this video resonated most with you. Maybe it was realizing that brain fog from lack of sleep is reversible. Maybe it was learning that stress literally damages the hippocampus. Or maybe it was simply remembering that your brain is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally when you care for it the right way. Share this video with someone you love, especially if they've been struggling with forgetfulness or confusion lately. You never know how much hope and clarity this information could bring them. Finally, I'll leave another video here on the screen that will help you continue your journey toward full memory recovery. It explains step by step how to strengthen your mind and prevent Alzheimer's and dementia naturally. Thank you for watching, And remember, your brain is capable of more than you think. Give it the right care, and it will reward you with focus, clarity, and a memory as strong as when you were young.